Hello and welcome back to the last episode of the Secrets of Doctor Who DLC here on my channel. So today we're going to be doing mission 4 called Loose Ends. And basically this mission, what I'm going to do before I start anything is explain the setup of it and what I've researched on it so that we can, you can understand my thought process, etc. This mission involves you incubating and releasing an Indominus Rex with the camouflage gene, an Indoraptor, just completely standard, and a Spinoraptor, just completely standard. And that's why I've got 3 exhibits. Once those have been released, they need to have a combat infamy of 100 in order to complete the mission. And then you send them away, basically. Like, you get the transport teams to pick them up. And I think you send them to the people that have been sabotaging us all along. It's kind of like Wu's way of sort of, keeping them off our backs so we can do our scientific research, but they get a piece of the pie as well. It doesn't really make a lot of sense in my opinion, because in the films there's literally a bit in Fallen Kingdom where Wu says to Eli Mills something like, oh, don't worry, we can always make more dinosaurs when they're selling them, and Wu says, yeah, but so will they. And what he means is all these people that are buying the dinosaurs are not just going to use them for farming or for for military combat or whatever. They're going to find out how to break down their genomes and DNA and make more, manufacture them. So it's a little bit confusing as to why we would give dinosaurs away to a fellow competitor or whatever. But anyway, especially one that's been sabotaging them, I would think that we would be a bit vindictive and kind of just tear them apart, but never mind. So what I've done to get this combat infamy to 100, the Spinoraptor is going to go in here. There's 2 Metracanthosaurus, which I am certain that the Spinoraptor will beat, and they're 126 rating each, so it's half of the combat infamy is what the dinosaur that wins receives, so those 2 will take it to over 100. The Indominus will go in here, and I have incubated an Indominus and a Diplodocus, which is at 200, so exactly half. Nice and perfect. So I'm going to release that now. And I'm going to put a feeder actually for the Diplodocus in here, so it finds its way in. And then the Indoraptor will go at the back here, and I think what I'm going to put with the Indoraptor is a... let me just check. A Carcharodontosaurus, which has 102 attack, 35 defense, compared to my modified one, which is 113, 63. So it'll easily do it. And yeah, hopefully this will all work out. What I didn't want to do was start the mission and basically just every 2 seconds be like, oh, hang on, sorry, didn't realise. The plot is coming out. Yeah, I didn't want to every 2 seconds be like, oh, right, I'm just incubating this one, see you in a minute. Oh, I'm just incubating this one, see you in a minute. I thought I may as well just start the mission where I've got it all planned out. I know what's going where. I've already released one, because really the only thing that, oh, hang on. Oh, why? Why have you come in here? Oh, well. The only issue with what I've done so far is you have a little bit of Wu sort of giving you some dialogue at the very, very start, saying, I want you to incubate an Indominus with this adaptive camouflage. But apart from that, there's really not much. So I thought, do you know what? It's one of them missions where I can't really... there's nothing I can speak about in between them incubating. And obviously, as you can imagine, an Indoraptor, an Indominus, they take a while to incubate, so really the only thing I could do was just get everything, all I would have to do is just continuously cut from one bit to another, and I thought, there's just no point. I may as well just get everything sorted, and now you can just watch. So we need the Diplodocus to go in here. It's very, very slow. My god. And hopefully that will be the Indominus complete once it obviously kills the Diplodocus. Is it going straight for it now? No, it's not. I think it's confused, because I think it's trying to get to it, Oh no, it's not. It's sleeping. I was gonna say I think it's trying to get to it because of how small this like little holding pen is, it can't quite. The animations are a little bit weird in this game, aren't they? Like, it's sometimes difficult for the dinosaurs. Like you can see with certain carnivores, when they're too close to a wall, they can't like position themselves for the animation. Which I am glad about, because it means that they don't, you know, phase through the wall trying to like kill something. But anywho, so once this is once the Indominus has got back up and gone in here, hopefully it will kill the Diplodocus. We've got the 2 Metricanthosaurus ready for the Spinoraptor portion of the mission. And here I've got the Indoraptor and the Carcharodontosaurus, and I will put them in this back exhibit. So it's not a quick mission at all. It's probably going to seem faster in this video because of the way I've done it, because I've done things in advance and I've researched how to do this mission, etc., etc. If I hadn't done that, then it would be a lot longer than what we're seeing here. But like I said, it's exactly like I said last video with the Spinoraptor. Always research what you've got to do, because it will make it 10 times easier on yourself. Especially with like a mission like this. So while you're waiting for these to, incubate, or the Indominus to incubate, if you know that at some point you're going to have to get the combat infamy up to 100 plus, you may as well start looking, and that's what I did. I was like, alright, what dinosaur could the Indoraptor kill? I probably could get the Carcharodontosaurus, that the ratings are okay. What could a Spinoraptor get? Well, Metricanthosaurus is like a decent rating for that, so if you look at it like that, it does make it a lot easier. So I'm going to release this now, may as well get it out into its pen. And yeah, hopefully it won't take long. Fingers crossed. Indoraptors are nearly done. The only thing with this is I could start incubating the Spinoraptor, but I don't know. I don't know if I start incubating it before Wu tells me to, it might just not count it. And that would just be even more wasted time, wouldn't it? So, yeah. Oh, one thing I do need to do while I remember, because I do not want this animal breaking out. Spinoraptor, the Indoraptor and the Indominus Rex are completely fine. The Spinoraptor will 100% need its social rating sorting, because they need 2 to 4 of them. So if I just put it on solitary as 1, it goes down, the viability goes down, but at the very least, it's there. Like, it won't be uncomfortable, it won't be trying to break out of its pen. And that's what you want, really. You don't want it to... There's nothing worse than halfway through a mission realising that you don't have the right dinosaurs for the mission, or one of them's going to start breaking out and you've just not got time to sort it, and then something else starts happening. So yeah, again, just try and do your research. But it's tough. This game continuously tries to catch you out, and I think the reason for it, I did mention this last episode, but I think the reason why they try and catch you out is just because the missions themselves would be kind of boring, wouldn't they, if this was all involved? Like, if... Obviously, I've researched it. Now that you can create, but, like... Oh, God, see, the Indominus tried going for that then. Look at that, that's so poor. Ugh. Makes me want to cry.
And get it into I needed to have the rating I've set for the files.
I think they try and catch you up because the missions themselves wouldn't be that entertaining unless there was, like, a moment where you was like, oh my God, I've forgotten this. I need to do this. So yeah, if you're prepared for them, they are very much like, I'll just sit back and let the dinosaurs do what the dinosaurs do. But if you are not prepared for them, then it tends to be like, oh God, I've got to get 2 more Stegoceratops in here, otherwise its social rating's gonna, it's gonna start breaking out. Or oh God, the Spinoraptor's not comfortable on its own, it's going to start breaking out any minute. Or like, oh God, this this Indominus doesn't have enough grassland, blah blah blah. And that's what it's like. A lot of this game is just like that. Understandable, obviously, because there's not much to do in park management games, is there, other than manage the park. So they do have to kind of try and catch you off guard to make things a bit more interesting and Yeah. So, nobody's killing anybody at the minute. This is very anticlimactic. I thought the Indominus would have killed the Diplodocus ages ago. I mean, it's had... Oh, here we go. Is this it? Like, literally just as I said it. No? See, look, it's like biting on it, but it's not... I don't know. It's been a little bit weird. The Indoraptor's not been in there for long with this, so I'm not too bothered about that one. The Spinoraptor? No, Spinoraptor's not nearly ready yet. It's just a little bit odd sometimes when they're like this. Oh, yesterday I was meant to be looking to try and see, is there any kind of like mechanic in here for like aggression? No, there's not. Is there for medical? You've got that. I was wondering whether there were certain dinosaurs like the Indoraptor. Oh, here we go. It's fighting now. Yeah, certain dinosaurs, maybe like the Indoraptor, that were more likely to start a fight or less likely to engage in a fight. And it doesn't look like there is any hidden stat like that, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, for some reason, like I was saying this the other day, that for me, the Indoraptor, whenever I release it, seems to start fights immediately. And not many other dinosaurs do. I mean, look how long it's... I mean, this is the Indominus. The Indominus was killing for sport in the movies, but it's... Oh, here we go. It's doing it. Just as I said it, it starts to do it. Oh, poor baby. But yeah, the Indoraptor seems to start fights almost immediately every time. And not many others do for me. Oh, there's the 100 combat infamy. Very nice. And now I get to release the Spinoraptor. And hopefully now it will come up with a thing saying dinosaurs with, you know, combat infamy of 100 plus. Hopefully. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, and they've both been ticked. So that's excellent. So it literally is now just a Spinoraptor. And obviously that will happen soon. But as you can see, that's just... Oh my god, is it going to start already? Oh my god, it is. Yeah, like I said, as you can see, it's just that easy. Like, you put the dinosaurs in with another dinosaur that it can kill that's, you know, of a combat... of a rating that is at least 200, because obviously it halves that. I couldn't find anything for the Spinoraptor to beat that was like... Oh god, don't lose Spinoraptor, please. Please don't. Let me come and heal the Spinoraptor. 27, 48... Oh yeah, it's okay, it's 1. But obviously what we'll do is we'll get the helicopter to heal the Spinoraptor before it goes into a fight with the other Metricanthrosaurus. Yeah, obviously, like I said, the Spinoraptor, I was struggling to find something that it could beat, which had, you know, was over 200 rating. So obviously I picked 2 smaller carnivores, like the Metries, to, you know, I knew it could kill both of them easily, and then that would be that sort of thing. So yeah. Hopefully, it'll kill this one soon, and then that is the DLC done. Secrets of Doctor Who done, yeah. Very easy mission. What I would say is, obviously, it would have been longer if I hadn't planned it all out. So, if you want that challenge and you want the gameplay to last a little bit longer, obviously don't research what you've got to do. I mean, if you're watching this video, you've already seen it, I guess, but, like... I don't know, the missions are just a lot easier once you find out what you've got to do and you find out what's coming, because they will just try and curveball you all the time. So last one. Ooh, 82 health. Can you not heal this still? Does it? No, it must have had the maximum health boost for it. Is it going to start a fight already? Risky on 85. I mean, it's not that much, but... Oh no, it is. It's starting the fight. Oh, here we go. And then, oh, well, this won't be the end. It will have to be, they'll all have to be transported off the island to whatever the, the people that have been sabotaging us, but, yeah. So, I mean, if you've played The Secrets of Doctor Who DLC, let me know what you thought of it. Did you really enjoy it, or did you not so much? I better get... Oh no, I better get the Spino-Raptor healed. Oh no, this could be so close. Oh, it's panicking. It's panicking. Don't panic, come on. Fight. That's annoying. Yeah, if you've been playing the Doctor Who DLC, yeah, let me know what you think of it. Did you really enjoy it, or is it just one of them where it was like, it was okay? I mean, I think for me personally, I'm probably going to do a review on them, each of the DLCs, but for me personally, I really liked certain parts of the Doctor Who DLC. It was just other parts that fell flat for me, particularly the mission where we had to watch the Ankylodocus drink and we had to take a photograph of it. I titled that video the worst mission in Jurassic World Evolution, and for good reason, because it was just boring and there was literally no point to it. The Stegoceratops mission was fun. I think the Spino-Raptor mission was quite fun, and I liked the idea of having to get dinosaurs to hunt it down rather than having to tranquilize it and just like that be it. What else is there? I thought Muerta East was really, really good. I thought it was actually better than the Tacano research facility, and that's saying something because the Tacano research facility was the bit I was looking forward to the most when I got the DLC, and it's fun. Don't get me wrong, the Tacano research facility, but it's a very small island. It's quite a slow burn in terms of like making your money and things like that. And like I said, just that first mission with the Ankylodocus is a horrific start because you immediately are just like, oh god, they couldn't have thought of something better than taking a photograph of a dinosaur drinking. What were they thinking? So, but Muerta East was really good because it was basically like Wu giving you missions to do that revolved around sort of pitting the dinosaurs against one another, and each of the division heads were sort of saying like, "Whoa, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? These are attractions. They're not test subjects." And then we would come in and say, "Actually, that was all my idea," and they'd be like, sorry, Henry, we didn't know." Like that's what it was like, and I liked seeing that because it was very. It shows a lot of the problems that Jurassic World had in that there were people who disagreed with what were going on, or there was people who, maybe weren't as in the dark as you would have thought they were. I know this game's not totally canon, but they were maybe not as in the dark as you thought they were. But they went along with it because they were scared of Wu, or they were kind of like scared to oppose him, but also kind of like, well, I guess if I get to keep doing my research, or I it's a bit selfishly really thinking, well, if this is the price we have to pay to, keep our jobs or like keep doing what we're doing here, then we'll, sort of let it slide. And I really liked that aspect of it on Muerta East, but it's just, you get to the Tacano research facility and it's kind of like, okay, this is supposed to be top secret. Even the Hammond Foundation's not supposed to know about it. Yet, ticket sales. Like, why? Who are we selling tickets to? It's a research facility. This should have been like some kind of like a facility where Wu was pulling the money from Jurassic World, and the Hammond Foundation didn't know. They thought he was just pulling the money for like, regular Jurassic World projects, and he wasn't. He was secretly going behind their back to experiment on the hybrids and etc. Maybe like InGen's behest or whatever. But no, instead we get ticket sales, and it's just like, no, why? Who's visiting? There's no guests here. This is supposed to be top secret. So I didn't really love that aspect of it. Some of the missions do fall flat. I mean, even this last one, it's not a bad mission. It's fun, but does it make sense for Wu to give these dinosaurs to some rival company? Okay. No.
Don't ask any questions.
Which is what he's saying now.
I need all 3 of the hybrids.
And B, it's not that interesting a mission, you know what I mean? Yeah, you get to watch some dinosaurs fight, but it's not that interesting. It's just not. So I don't know where where's the Indoraptor gone?
I'm just gonna go.
Oh, it's there.
Be somewhere else for a while.
So yeah, that was my opinion on the DLCs. Obviously, this is just off the top of my head. This isn't like me going in with a critical eye. So if I do a review of it, I will obviously provide a better sort of explanation on what I think and why I think that. But yeah, just off the top of my head, that's what I thought of the DLC. I do think that a lot of these DLCs, it's more about what they give you to add to the sandbox and things like that, than it is so much about the DLCs themselves. Like, you know, it's nice, isn't it? We get new hybrid dinosaurs, we get all of these extra things for the campaign and challenge modes, like if we go to research, we get in this one anyway, we get this like global operations stuff, which is like, you know, you get a lot of refunds on different things, like the costs go down, etc. You get better speed on the transportation team, like that's amazing. And then with Chloe's Sanctuary, we get the paleobotany, etc, etc. So there are some really good things. I'm trying to think what else we got. We got some dinosaurs from this, didn't we, as well? Allura Titan we got, Troodon we got. Was that everything for this one? I think it was. So yeah, it just really good for in terms of what they added to the base game. The story elements hit and miss, and the missions and gameplay hit and miss. But I think it's worth the money for sure. Like I paid. I mean, bear in mind, I suppose this isn't. You know, this is very late in the cycle of Jurassic World Evolution. Like the second one will be coming out later this year, so obviously it would have been more expensive at the time. But where we stand now, I paid £30 for the 3 DLCs, and I think a tenner each is well worth it. Well worth it for what they add to the game, for what you can do playing them. So yeah, just let me know what you thought in the comments, because I would like to hear other people's opinions on it. I've admittedly not really looked at what other people sort of thought about the 3 DLCs, particularly this one, because this is obviously the playthrough of Doctor Wu's, you know, Secrets Doctor Wu. And yeah, there we go. Mission complete. Mission 4 loose ends done. We get 3 million, improved lawyers, improved adaptation, cross-species adaptation,
as you know,
and Secrets of Doctor Wu research items in challenge mode.
Continues to have many competitors. Sometimes I take preemptive precautions when I do business with them. They are a necessary evil. But that evil sometimes believes business isn't enough, so they try and steal from us. But they fail, because I'm willing to play the game outside the rules, in a way that the Hammond Foundation need never know about.
I mean, this is the thing.
My research and our advantage in paleontology stays protected. For that, I make no apologies.
I don't agree with what we were saying there.
Our animals are secure, and our advantage.
Whoever he's giving these to are not a necessary evil, and he reiterates that in the films. So it's just a little bit too much of a change of character for me.
Ways are unorthodox, but they are effective.
For him to be like loaning dinosaurs, especially hybrids, to some kind of random,
remember that,
you know, rival that is sabotaging us. That for me is just like strange. He wouldn't do that. He would not do that.
It took nature almost 100 million years to destroy them. It took me
what I will say.
Years to bring them.
Oh God!
Back.
Look at. Sorry, just 1 second.
That should tell you something.
What he's saying now
That's
It's just so
your
typical of
family.
Wu. It took 100 million years to destroy them. It took me 30 years to bring them back. He's so he's so arrogant, isn't he? But yeah, what I was going to say was, it's just too much of a change of character for Wu. But what I will say is that Wu in this DLC, and I've probably said it about 5 of the 8 episodes, he's not Wu. That's not the Wu we see in Jurassic World, and it's not the Wu we see in Fallen Kingdom. He's definitely more villainous. He's definitely more sort of even more arrogant than he is in the films, but I don't know, he's just got this villainous vibe to him, and he's never really been like that. Like, yeah, he might do science to whatever means necessary, and I don't think he particularly cares that, he's responsible for the deaths of people because of what he's created in the Indominus, but he was never evil. He wasn't ever, like, to the point of he just did it to, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I especially will say that, like I said before, he wants to be the best. He wants to be the man who brought back the dinosaurs. And by him loaning these dinosaurs to a rival corporation or whatever, he's setting them up to be taken. He's giving them the opportunity to become what he is, and I just don't think that's what we would do. He'd be very selfish and be like, no, we're keeping these for ourselves. But like I said, the Wu in this game is not the Wu we see in the films, so I suppose in that sense, it's because it's not canon, it doesn't really matter in that sense, does it? I guess, because I'm looking at the movies and saying, oh, this is what Wu was like in the movies, so he should be like this in the game, and that's not true because the game is not really spot on to the movies, is it? So yeah, that's everything from me. Thanks a lot if you've watched any of the episodes that I've put out for the Secrets of Doctor Who DLC. I really hope you enjoyed them. I really hope they helped some people. If there's anybody that struggled with these missions, obviously this game's been out for ages, so I imagine there's not many people watching this for a guide or anything, but if you have and it helped you, brilliant, because that's really all I want. And yeah, thanks a lot again. This is the Fossil Fool, signing out.